78 or the Turnpike. That's the latest from the traffic center. Let's go back to the studio to Eve.
All right, Jeff, thanks. Well, with the release of the new iPhone and smartphones, they're on the minds of everyone, of course, and a lot of folks are becoming addicted to apps. So which apps are best for business? Small business owner and columnist Gene Marks outlined his top picks in a recent article on Forbes.com. He joins me now in the studio to give us a little sneak peek and tell us more. Gene, good morning.
Good morning.
Great to see you. So I love this article, as always. And in the article, you say, for a business person, a smartphone is a must, in your opinion.
Yeah, it really is. And by the way, Eve, we won't go into too much detail on this, but in a few years, it won't be all about smartphones. It'll be really more about tablets for a small business.
Okay.
Another topic for another day.
Okay, all right.
Today, and at least the next year or so, get a smartphone for your company.
How important is it, in your opinion?
Huge, because smartphones are little mini computers. You're going to be using that to communicate and keep in touch with all the stuff that's going on back in your business. So you really want to have a device to do that. So any business owner and their employees, I mean, they should be employing smartphones. There's too many good apps to use to make money off of.
Yeah, and you say in the article they still do have their issues, right? I mean, they're not flawless.
Yeah, and there's no such thing as flawless software. I mean, that's why software makers don't build airplanes, thank God.
And there are, of course, so many apps to choose from, and you say some are essential. And I imagine if you start going app crazy, you are creating too much work for yourself, right? Or making things a little more complicated than they need to be.
That's absolutely right. So what I did in the column for Forbes is I said, look, I mean, there's like 5 good smartphone apps that I think every small business owner should have, that they should be using, should download, and these are not apps to play games on or Angry Birds or anything like that. These are actual productive apps.
Well, let's run through a couple that you recommend in the article. We'll also put a link to your article on our website if you want to read the whole thing. The first one is CRM Mobile. What is this?
Don't want to get too complicated on this,
but give us the dummy down.
Every small business owner should have some type of a CRM. It means customer relationship management system. A lot of small business people recognize ACT as a good example, or Goldmine, or Salesforce.com. Those applications are getting well known. If you have one of those applications for your business, make sure you have a mobile application for it. So that way, if you're looking up a contact number, or you're scheduling a follow-up activity, or checking on a sale, you've got a way to do that right from your smartphone. All good business people I know have got that.
Awesome. Another one you recommend is a companion link, and this is something I'd never heard of.
Yeah, it's a little-known application. It's $79. It's companionlink.com, and you know what it does? It's a standalone company. They synchronize stuff to your smartphone. So if you're using Outlook, if you're using Gmail, if you're using Goldmine, if you're using ACT, if you're using any one of these different products that are out there, and you want to be walking around with contact data and your calendar data on your phone, it syncs it up. So for $79, you buy it, you make any changes in your calendar or contacts, and then you've got it immediately on your phone, and vice versa.
So that's neat.
Companion Link's been around for a long time. They're a standalone company. I really love those guys.
Okay, and this is something I think business owner or not, salesperson or not, we should all have. Google Maps or a navigator of some kind.
Yeah, or, you know, first of all, I love Google Maps, and there's been the big controversy over, of course, the iPhone's new mapping technology. I've always been a big fan of Google Maps. I mean, can you believe the way that it works and shows you around on GPS for free, right? So every business owner should have a Google Maps on there, or something like a navigation technology on their phone. The one GPS service I like from Google is called Latitude.
Okay,
so
you can have that on my phone.
You can get that for free on Google. And why I like that is if you're a small business owner with people in the field, service technicians or sales reps or whatever, have them all get Latitude, and then you can check where they are. Now you don't have to check where they are after work, because I don't even think you want to know where they are.
No, I was going to say it's good for the employer, maybe not so good for the employee.
But it's good in the middle of the day if you're using Latitude and a customer calls up with a problem. You go on Latitude and you say, okay, we've got a service guy that's only a mile away from you. Let's get him over there to help you. And by the way, if you've got teenage kids on a Saturday night, excellent way to find out where they are.
They have Latitude. I bet your kids.
It lasts about a week, and then they start leaving it with their friends and then getting home.
Yeah, okay.
Good GPS service.
And this is also a great one, Evernote. And I heard of my friends actually using this recently at a doctor's appointment. The doctor was giving, some details, and they recorded what the doctor was saying.
Yeah, so it's evernote.com, and like, of course, all small business owners are brilliant with incredible ideas and ways to change the world and shape society. So these ideas are coming in and out of our head all the time, right? Evernote is an application for your iPhone or for your Android smartphone where you can type in the note or speak into it, and it just records your thoughts as you go along. Whatever notes you're taking on your phone, boom, it's immediately saved online. So when you're back in the office, you can see those notes there, and you say, wow, that was a brilliant thought that I had a few days ago, and I'm glad I recorded that there in Evernote.
So much for those huge recorders, tape recorders we used to drag around in journalism
You don't
school.
need that anymore. You can also upload documents and photos and
really
videos
neat.
too. It's really productive application.
And quickly, one more, Square. What's Square?
I mean, what's Square? They were just valued at $3 billion.
Wow.
They just entered into a huge agreement with Starbucks. Square is a mobile payment application service,
this
right?
is cool.
Really cool. So if you're a small business person and you're out on the road, you're collecting money because you're going to people's homes, you're doing work orders, you're doing whatever. It's a little device that attaches to your to your smartphone. You swipe the card, the credit card info comes up, you put in the amount, you click on OK. Boom, all the accounting is done, the financial stuff is done. They only charge a 98% service fee. I'm just kidding.
I was going to say, whoa.
Something like 2 or 3%, but it makes makes a small business owner very productive, increases their cash flow really, really well. I know a lot of business people that are using it. By the way, if you're using Square, collect an email address, say like the Apple Store. Would you like me to email you your invoice?
Oh, yeah.
Collect the email address, you capture it in your system, and then you can send them your newsletter every month.
Oh, good tip. I like it. Okay, and some more apps also, as I mentioned, on your article, in your article rather, on Forbes.com. So in conclusion, Gina, I guess this smartphone and some smart apps really can be valuable.
Yeah, it really can, obviously. So, if you go obviously to the Apple App Store, the Google App Store, there's plenty of good ones that are out there. I mean, small business owners like to carry around certain games and all that. I'm just finding more smartphones, particularly the Droids and the iPhones, are now becoming more important for business owners to run their businesses wherever they are. But just remember, like I said at the beginning, watch out for the tablets.
Okay, another segment.
Our fingers are too thick to do the data entry and all. Tablets are going to be rising.
Another segment on that coming soon. Stay tuned. All right, Gene, thank you. And stay with us, everybody. We'll be right back after this.
Watch Wendy Davis weeknights starting at 5 on 69 News. Univest Bank and Trust